If you've been following along, we've installed SEAMM in the dashboard. There's a little bit more to do with the dashboard. We need to protect it so that other people can't get in and change things. So we need to put passwords on a couple accounts. So first we need to get the dashboard going. If we're back in the documentation, it tells us here that we can use NoHub to run the dashboard. If we scroll down in the documentation, there's a slightly more complete version with the job server where it redirects the standard error and standard output into a file. So that's what we're going to model on. I've got it typed in already. I've checked the directories in my home directory. It's going to run dashboard. It's going to redirect standard output to standard error to standard output, and put it all in a single file. So if I hit return, it will start. And then even if I close this window, it will continue to run. And it started, it's job number 1. If I wanted to kill it in this window, I could just kill %1 to kill the dashboard. Now let's go back into the documentation, go over to managing the dashboard, and you can read through this at your leisure. But the first thing I need to do is get the dashboard up, and an easy way is just click on this link, which will bring it up in another tab. I'm the public user, which means I'm not logged in. So I want to log in, and I'm going to log in as admin. So there's a user admin, ADMIN. Password is ADMIN, exactly the same, and I'm going to log in. Okay. Now I'm logged in as admin. It says so up here on the right, and if I click on that pull down, I can go in and manage the users. There's 2 users. The first is always admin, and the second one is the person who installed it, me in this case. And they both have simple passwords, admin and default for the user. I want to change both of those just to protect things. So click on Manage User for Admin. And I need to unlock this section. So click on the lock to unlock it. Type a password. And type it again to ensure that it's the same password. Then scroll down to the bottom. It's going to insist that I fill this in, so I might as well do it right now. Click on the lock so I can edit things. Put in a username for this administrator, so I'm going to just call it the group administrator. It's not a real person, but that will be useful. And put an email address in for this administrator. None of this is actually used. It's just displayed, but it's nice to be able to contact your users. Now I'm going to go and do the same thing for my user. So I'm going to manage the user, unlock it, go in here and type in a password. Type it in again. And go down to the bottom and put in the contact information, this time for myself. My email address, and update the user. And then we have a table with everything we want. I'm going to log out and log back in as myself this time, just to check that I've got everything right. And yes, my password works. I'm logged in as myself, but you'll see that I can still manage users and so forth because by default I have administrative rights because I set this up. Now, if you wanted to remove a user, what you would do is manage that user and then click on the Remove User tab, and it'll ask you to verify that you want to do that. I don't want to do it, so I'm just going to go back. If you wanted to create a new user, you would use this button here, which brings up a pretty obvious dialog for filling out the user information. So that you should do is this and change the passwords to protect yourself, and that finishes this lesson.